Hey guys, so for this video I just wanted to give you a little bit of an introduction to using affirmative to commands in Spanish. What I'll do is tell you how to make commands with regular AR, ER, and IR verbs, how you can make commands with boot verbs or stem changing verbs, and I'll also give you a handful of irregular verbs. And if you stick around, I'll give you a chance to practice and see if you remember what I taught you in these next few minutes. So let's get going. Alright, so I chose my typical hablar, comer, y vivir to show you how regular AR, ER, and IR verbs are used in the affirmative to commands. And just to make sure you understand what these are for, we're going to use these affirmative to commands to tell people what to do, not what not to do. We'll learn that later, but what to do. And you're going to use these with, say, friends or maybe family members. You're not going to use these with a teacher or probably not with a parent, stuff like that. So let's get to it. The first one we have is hablar, so this is an AR verb. So all other AR verbs that are regular will work the same way. All you have to do is put the verb into the he, she form in the present tense, and that is an affirmative to command. So if I walk up to someone and I say, habla, I'd be telling them to speak. And with comer, same thing, put it in the he, she form, so you just say, come. So a mother might say to her kid, come, eat. And then lastly with vivir, if I wanted to tell someone like to live in a certain place or something like that, I could say, vive, vive. Okay, so right now we're going to look at how to do stem-changing verbs or boot verbs in the present tense for affirmative to commands. So jugar means to play, and the U changes to a UE. Repetir obviously means to repeat, and the second E changes to an I. And then mostrar means to show, and the O changes to a UE. So the rule I said earlier about how you just put the verb in the he, she form in the present tense works the same here with boot verbs or stem-changing verbs. So if I wanted to say, for example, to someone, play basketball, I could say, juega al baloncesto. If I wanted to, maybe my teacher tells me, repeat the answer. Repite la respuesta. And then lastly, mostrar, maybe your teacher says, show your work. Muestra tu trabajo, for example. So the he, she form still applies for boot verbs or stem-changing verbs. Alright, so there are a handful of irregular affirmative to commands in Spanish, and most of them here are on the screen. And I'm just going to tell you how they're pronounced, and maybe just recommend how you remember them. So, hacer goes to as, so I'll be like, do your homework, for example, would be haz la tarea. Poner, which is to put, place, or set, maybe set the table. Pon la mesa. Decir, you might say, tell the truth. Di la verdad. Salir means to leave or go out, so sal de la clase, leave the class. Tener is to have, so that's ten. Maybe like, have your homework for tomorrow or something like that. Venir is to come, so maybe come to class. Ven a la clase. Ser is to be, so if I want to tell someone to be nice, for example, sé simpático. And then ir goes to ve, so maybe go to the school, ve a la escuela. Trying to be confused here, ve, like that, with the ve, is the same as the affirmative to command for the verb ver as well. Obviously, we'd know which one we're talking about based on the context of the conversation. So those are most of the irregular affirmative to commands in Spanish. Alright, so what I got here in front of you are 6 commands I'd like you to put into affirmative to commands in Spanish. Before I do that, I totally forgot to mention on the last slide, a good way to help you remember the irregular affirmative to commands is just to repeat them to yourself over and over again. So there's as, pon, di, sol, ten, then say ve. As, pon, di, sol, ten, then say ve. And if you say that to yourself again many, many times, you'll eventually get it. There are a couple of cheesy songs on YouTube. I'd search for affirmative to commands song, and there's some good ways to help you remember what the affirmative to commands are. So anyway, maybe pause the video for a second and then see if you can figure out how to say those 6 commands in Spanish, and then I will give you the answers in about 3 seconds. So pause the video, because here come the answers. Okay, so we have the answers here in front of you. The first one is going to be baila. And I put the exclamation marks on there just because sometimes when we tell people to do something, we say it loudly. You don't have to do that, though. Dos, di hola. Tres, come la ensalada. Cuatro, haz la tarea. Cinco, recomienda la película vieja. Y seis, pon el jugo en tu cereal. That's it. So those are the answers. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know in the comment section of the video. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, feel free to hit that subscribe button and like if you did. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.